Live from the Nebraska Power Farming Show, this is the Sunrise Report. This special presentation is brought to you by the Nebraska Power Farming Show, hog slat for West Point, Richland, and Beersford, and Crary Industries. Now, let's head inside the show for this morning's Sunrise Report. Here are your hosts, Bryce, Doeschot, and Chad Moyer.
Good morning, Chad Moyer with you, along with Bryce Doeschot. We are at the Lancaster Event Center in Lincoln for the 13th annual Nebraska Power Farming Show. Good to have you along with us here today. This is the Sunrise Report. Bryce, are you ready for another great Nebraska Power Farming Show?
My goodness, Chad, you and I have been doing this for 3 years in a row now. Hard to believe, but you've been here since day one of the show. Is that correct? You've been to every single one of these, 13 of them, Al?
13 of them. That is a matter of fact true, and we are still in our original booth number 1052, which I think is an accomplishment.
We've got a lot coming up over the next 3 days, and we're excited to bring you this Sunrise Report here on Facebook, as we'll share some of the behind-the-scenes clips and give you some of the interviews and sneak peeks of what's going to be happening here at the show to get you ready for the second largest indoor farm show here in the United States. That is quite an accomplishment for the show.
And it is a huge accomplishment. Again, for such, you'd call it still a young show, I think, just 13 years in the making to become the second largest indoor farm show. And I think timed very well, with where we are in the year, and as products and technology come out, we're making decisions for the next cropping year. This is the show to be at to get some of those questions answered.
We've got some exciting things coming up on this morning's Sunrise Report, including an interview with someone from the show. We'll get to that here in a moment with Chad about more information on that, but we'll also be discussing some of the events happening, and Chad, you'll have a role in one of them tomorrow. We're really excited about this. It's the second year of the Ag Tech Innovation Competition.
Yeah, absolutely. Farm Credit Services of America, along with a number of other sponsors, have come together again for the Ag Tech competition, and this really showcases the brain power, the brain trust of agriculture, right, and all the development and all the innovation that's going on in agriculture today. I had an opportunity. There are 5 different companies that are going to be a part of the Ag Tech competition. I had an opportunity to visit with 2 of them. One of them using robot technology as a way to try and supplement the workforce in agriculture. Another one's looking at ways to track crops all the way from the field to the end user. The idea of consumers wanting to know where their food comes from. This might be a solution to help aid in that, Bryce.
And that's happening tomorrow. What's the time on that, Chad?
That is at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. It is in Pavilion 2 on the east side of the building. And again, we start at 2 o'clock. If you can't make it, it will be on Facebook Live, either through the Iowa-Nebraska Equipment Dealers Association or through Farm Credit Services of America and their Facebook page. But if you're going to be in the building, come on in. This is really cool too, Bryce, because there's a lot of the crowd participation, because they want to hear feedback on these different products as well.
And there's a People's Choice Award, so that people
Absolutely.
will have a say in how things go.
Yeah, People's Choice Award is $5,000. The grand prize is $20,000 to the winner.
That's some exciting stuff. And to learn more about the show here, Chad, in a moment you're going to be visiting with Cindy. She's the marketing director for the Nebraska Iowa Equipment Dealers Association, to learn more about some of the exciting things. And I know they've got a lot of new exhibitors, so we're going to go to that here in just a moment.
The Sunrise Report is brought to you by these Rural Radio Network partners. The Nebraska Power Farming Show, the second largest indoor farm show in the U.S., spanning 9.2 acres and over 760 exhibitors. Join us for this year's Power Farming Show and explore the future of agriculture. You can find your 2019 show map now at nebraskapowershow.com. Slat Inc. is the largest construction contractor and manufacturer of hog production equipment in the United States, with approximately 1,000 people directly employed and an additional 1,400 subcontractors working on the company's construction projects. Slat also sells equipment packages to customers who choose to construct their own facilities, both domestically and internationally. Learn more at hogslat.com and visit them in West Point, Richland, and Beersford. And by Crary, don't let short weather damaged or late season harvesting cause even more yield loss by poor feeding or shattering at the cutter bar. Add a Crary air reel or system to your header. See the Crary wind systems in Pavilion 4 at the Nebraska Power Farming Show. Visit crary.com or call 1-800-AIR-WHEEL to find a dealer near you.
All right, welcome back again to the Nebraska Power Farming Show at the Lancaster Event Center in Lincoln. I'm joined with Cindy Feldman. She's with the Iowa-Nebraska Equipment Dealers Association. Cindy, 13 years in the making, and I think you've been with it the whole time, right?
I've been with the association 6 years, but yeah, it's been going strong 13 years now.
So what do you think of the growth and development of this show?
Well, there was definitely a niche need for more shows and advertising of equipment and agricultural products in the Nebraska market, because we're in the epicenter of agriculture here. So the association was able to fill that need with the facility here at the Lancaster Event Center.
So tell us about the association. It's put on by the Iowa-Nebraska Equipment Dealers Association. So we call you INEDA. Who is INEDA?
INEDA is an association whose ag and construction equipment members, dealer members from Iowa and Nebraska are its main purpose. We're there to serve them and their needs. And then our revenue arm is the Iowa Power Farming Show and the Nebraska Power Farming Show.
All right, so hopefully I'm not putting you on the spot, but compare the two. The one in Iowa takes place in January, right? What are the similarities? What are the differences between the two shows?
Nebraska is the largest of the two. We're the second largest indoor farm show in the country, and it's at 9 acres of exhibits, whereas Iowa has been going strong since 1910. It's a little smaller at 7.7 acres of exhibits, and it's held at the Iowa Event Center in Des Moines, Iowa in January.
All right. Well, focusing on the Nebraska Power Farming Show now, Cindy, what's new for this year? What's kind of is exciting about 2019?
Well, of course, you've covered the Ag Tech Innovation Competition happening Wednesday at 2 p.m. in P2 East. We've also got a premiere film screening of the movie Silo happening at 5 p.m. in P2 East. We've got Purdue University brought over their AgBot Challenge winner in P3 Cafe. So that's an autonomous piece of equipment that does weed spraying. So you'll want to check that out. TopCon has a semi-trailer out front with their precision ag equipment in it. You'll definitely want to step up into that semi and check out their interactivity in there.
Well, you know, the things that you've just highlighted just in these last minute or so just goes to prove how much technology is a part of today's agriculture, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You see it everywhere in every industry.
All right. You mentioned a movie premiere of the movie Silo, a great story, really following some real-life scenarios and highlighting the importance of farm safety, huh?
Yeah, we just felt that it was very important for us to reiterate that point of farm safety, whether you're on a farm or working for a farmer or rancher. But Silo is a documentary about grain entrapment, and it kind of walks you through the story of someone being entrapped, but hopefully brings it to the forefront so people are taking their time, slowing down on the farm, and being safe.
All right, so give me the details on that. When can we see it, what time, and where?
It's at 5 o'clock on Wednesday, December 11th at P2 East.
Pavilion 2 East.
And it's about a 60-minute movie, and there'll be time for question and answer at the end.
Most important, is somebody in charge of doing the popcorn?
Yes, there will be popcorn.
That is awesome. You've thought of everything. Do the exhibitors change much, do you think, from year to year at the Nebraska Power Farming Show?
There is some turnover for various reasons. We've got just under 100 new exhibitors here. So it's a pure ag farm show. So we don't have pots and pans and mattresses here. It's just all agriculture. So there's 100 new exhibitors this year.
All right.
Representing 23 states and 4 Canadian provinces.
Wow, that's amazing. Just as we wrap up, final thoughts on the importance of coming to this year's farm show.
Well, it's a buyer's show. You get those year-end bargains. So I would come on down. It's all under one roof. It's indoors, and you can find it in 5 buildings here.
All right, it's good to talk to you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Chad.
Again, we've been visiting with Cindy Feldman with the Iowa-Nebraska Equipment Dealers Association. They put on the Nebraska Power Farming Show here at the Lancaster Event Center in Lincoln. We'll wrap things up with myself and Bryce. We'll be back in just a moment.
The Sunrise Report is brought to you by these Rural Radio Network partners. The Nebraska Power Farming Show, the second largest indoor farm show in the U.S., spanning 9.2 acres and over 760 exhibitors. Join us for this year's Power Farming Show and explore the future of agriculture. You can find your 2019 show map now at nebraskapowershow.com. Slat. Slat Inc. is the largest construction contractor and manufacturer of hog production equipment in the United States, with approximately 1,000 people directly employed and an additional 1,400 subcontractors working on the company's construction projects. Slat also sells equipment packages to customers who choose to construct their own facilities, both domestically and internationally. Learn more at hogslat.com and visit them in West Point, Richland, and Beersford. And by Crary, don't let short weather damaged or late season harvesting cause even more yield loss by poor feeding or shattering at the cutter bar. Add a Crary air reel or wind system to your header. See the Crary wind systems in Pavilion 4 at the Nebraska Power Farming Show. Visit Crary.com or call 1-800-AIR-REEL to find a dealer near you.
And welcome back inside the Lancaster Event Center. Of course, as we continue the Sunrise Report, that was fun to learn that there's over 100 new exhibitors this year. I believe there's 9.2 acres, all indoors. So nice time to come on out and get inside where it's nice and toasty.
You know, what would be really nice, like you say, 9.2 acres. Can you walk 9.2 acres in one day?
I hear a lot of people who say no way.
No, that's right.
Not if you want to see things.
Bring comfortable shoes. And if you want to talk to people, that would be the other thing. You could maybe see it all in one day. But let's allot a day or maybe two to come in and take a look at the Nebraska Power Farming Show.
Well, of course, you can see all the exhibits and visit those 100 new ones that are here, but also a great opportunity here at the Nebraska Power Farming Show is the seminars. And this year, we're going to be highlighting a few of them here on the Sunrise Report. And to kick that off this year, Al Dutcher, he's a fan favorite amongst the farmers. He's going to be giving a seminar on 2019, a year of extremes. He's going to be asking the question and answering it, will conditions improve here in 2020? So you can see that today, 11 o'clock in the Lancaster Farm Bureau room.
All right, there's another one that's coming up this afternoon as well. It's at 2 o'clock in the Farm Bureau room. This one's put on by Farm Credit Services of America. They have rebranded some of their financing solutions. A new one, or the rebranded one, is called Rural First, and they're going to talk about specialized financing for country living. Obviously, Farm Credit Services of America targets production agriculture, but Rural First is a financing solution for people that may not have direct ties to agriculture but still want to live in the country. So that'll be a seminar for this afternoon at 2 p.m.
And then at 2:45 in room 1, kind of in that same area where you'll find all the seminars here at the Nebraska Power Farming Show, you can listen to Ron Stock. He's the co-owner and founder of Big Iron Realty. He'll be discussing when is the right time to sell land, and it's a pretty big question, Chad, to be addressing. So I'm sure a lot of folks will be interested in hearing from Ron Stock. That again happening at 2:45. Lots of great seminars though, and you can see all of them in this year's show program.
Yeah, that's it. There's a great program that they put together, and we've just highlighted what would be kind of maybe our top 3 picks, but whether you're talking about risk management or farm succession, and this is just today's seminars. They go all the way through tomorrow and Thursday as well. So when you come in the door, grab the program and you can see all of the seminars that take place throughout all 3 days.
And Chad, of course, we want folks to stop by and see the Rural Radio Network and your friends at the radio stations here at our booth. We're at, what is the number we're at, Chad?
We are at 1052.
We always have that right on since we haven't moved in 13 years.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Final thoughts on you as we wrap up this morning's Sunrise Report.
Well, thanks, Bryce, for putting this together, because he really is the brains behind this broadcast. He really is, despite what he says. But we're just excited to be here. We get to see people maybe that we only see 2-3 times a year. Great clients, great conversations that take place during the Nebraska Power Farming Show. And the only thing that's missing at the moment is you. So come on in and enjoy the Power Show, Bryce.
That's it. We'll see you back tomorrow on the Sunrise Report.
The Sunrise Report is brought to you by these Rural Radio Network partners. The Nebraska Power Farming Show, the second largest indoor farm show in the U.S., spanning 9.2 acres and over 760 exhibitors. Join us for this year's Power Farming Show and explore the future of agriculture. You can find your 2019 show map now at nebraskapowershow.com. Slat. Slat Inc. is the largest construction contractor and manufacturer of hog production equipment in the United States, with approximately 1,000 people directly employed and an additional 1,400 subcontractors working on the company's construction projects. Slat also sells equipment packages to customers who choose to construct their own facilities, both domestically and internationally. Learn more at hogslat.com and visit them in West Point, Richland, and Beersford. And by Crary, don't let short weather damaged or late season harvesting cause even more yield loss by poor feeding or shattering at the cutter bar. Add a Crary air reel or wind system to your header. See the Crary wind systems in Pavilion 4 at the Nebraska Power Farming Show. Visit Crary.com or call 1-800-AIR-WHEEL to find a dealer near you.